for the first unit. In your mind, just maybe what went wrong?
Yeah, I think, on the offense side of the ball, just lack of detail, pre-snap penalties, some post-snap penalties. Those are going to happen, but you can't have the pre-snap ones. So a lot to learn from. We'll get in there and we'll figure it out. It felt good to be back out there and playing against another team. That's a good team right there. They came out and they were hungry. They wanted it today. But a lot to learn from. I'm glad we're going through this now, as opposed to during the season. But yeah, we got to be ready to go on all phases.
What was it like just getting the feel for your teammates and being out there with Kincaid for the first time?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think he did some good things today. I think we did good things today. I don't think it was all bad. I think obviously that first half we wish it was prettier. But again, we're going to learn from it. But I think him especially, Kincaid, came out and made some really nice plays for us, and that's a positive sign. But yeah, we'll learn from it.
There was some pressure on you pretty early in plays. What concern level do you have with that, or was that maybe something that they were doing defensively that maybe you didn't necessarily prepare for or anything like that?
I wouldn't say. I probably could have gotten the ball out of my hand a little bit quicker. Made a couple quicker reads. I'm not concerned. That's a really good front, right? That we just played. They got some real dudes on that defensive line. So I think it was good for our offensive line to see and during the season when we game plan for a team like that, we'll make sure that we have parameters in place to try to negate that as much as we can. But it being the preseason, obviously just going out there and trying to call our plays and trying to work on some things, and that's what we did tonight.
How do you clean up those pre-snap penalties?
I think just, again, more attention to detail. I think maybe in practice an extra effort emphasized on that and making sure that we're on the same page. I think sometimes it's youth, some of the younger guys, again, just getting those reps and getting that experience, and a lot of learning moments for these guys, and myself included.
You alluded earlier to not making too much of this. There can be a tendency to overreact to things even when it is the preseason. So how do you make sure that you don't overreact to this?
Again, we're just going to get into our film room and get back into working against our defense for the time being, and the start of the season is a couple weeks away, so we got to be prepared and focused on that and get ready for the Jets on Monday night.
Is it a situation, Josh, where you would be open to playing next week to kind of clean those things up in a real game situation, or you think we got a veteran enough team where we can fix this in practice through the course of the week and feel good enough about it going into the regular season?
I'm very confident in our guys, and I'm not going to let this deter that at all. Whatever coach asks us to do is a different story. I can't worry about that. I just got to work on being the best quarterback, the best teammate that I can be for the Buffalo Bills.
What were some of the other positives that you took away? You mentioned that there were some good things that you saw. What else did you like?
Yeah, I think obviously getting a 2-minute drive there at the end, working that with Kyle. I think he did a good job making decisions. I think Mims and Evans did a good job running the ball and making cuts. I think defensively, being down in the goal line, having those reps, I think that's positive for them. They made some very nice plays for us there. But at the end of the day, we can't put our defense in bad situations, and we got to play complementary football. So learning from that and just running with it. And again, we got to fix some things, and we will.
There was a big one to Gabe that got called back on a penalty, but he seemed to be kind of in a good rhythm. Did you like what you saw from him?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Gabe's had a tremendous camp, the best one of his career so far, and he's a special player, and he does so many things for us, and that's not going to change.
Tommy Doyle goes down. What was your words for Tommy out there?
It's sad, obviously, with him dealing with what he dealt with, last year, and the dude's a warrior. I feel for him. I think everybody on our team feels for him, just seeing how hard he worked to get back, and I'm not sure of what it is and the severity of it, but we're thinking about him. We're praying for him. We love him. I think you can see how many guys went out there and gave him a little tap or just I love you, man, and you hate to see it. It's part of the game. But you hate to see it, especially when it's your own teammates and a guy that's worked so hard to get back on the field.
A couple of costly penalties against Spencer tonight. Do you say anything to him as the game is going on, or maybe when you guys are out of the game to maybe lift his spirits a little bit?
No, I don't think so. I think, again, we continue to play football and, get ready to practice, whether it's tomorrow, the next day, or whenever we're back in practice, and that's about it. Thank you guys.